Now, the much-anticipated testimony of former Eskom CFO Anoj Singh has been postponed. His legal team requested that it be rescheduled. Singh was due to appear at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry this morning. eNCA's Barry Bateman has been watching proceedings there and joins us now for an update. And Barry, what order has Justice Ray Zondo granted?
Well, good afternoon. Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo making there's 3 points to his order. Firstly, that matters have been adjourned until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Second, he has ordered that Anoj Singh and his counsel file a comprehensive affidavit on the evidence that he's expected to testify about by Monday. And lastly, that a date for Singh to return to present the evidence will still be decided. Now, we were expecting evidence primarily related to the Tegeta deal at Eskom. And that was the Optimum Colliery matter where there was that prepayment of about 1.6 billion rand. That we were told before this matter was adjourned was going to be the thrust of the evidence coming from Singh.
And earlier on, I was talking about a difficult day in the office for Advocate Pule Seleka there, when you have your boss really that visibly annoyed, was Justice Ray Zondo at the evidence leader and the evidence team, really, the legal team of the commission. What was the problem?
Yeah, I think it was quite an embarrassing day for the evidence leaders, given what had transpired. And it appears, an error on the summons which was issued, and it effectively made it defective. And it relates to when the summons was issued in September last year. The summons, or rather there was an undertaking and an understanding that Anoj Singh and his legal team would file the affidavit on the 18th of September. But the summons was sent out to Singh on the 17th of September, a day before. And it stated in the summons that Singh would be expected to come to the Commission of Inquiry and answer questions on the affidavit that he had supplied. Well, he hasn't supplied an affidavit, and that was one of the reasons why there was a request for the postponement. But you can imagine, given the time delays that we've already experienced in this Commission of Inquiry, and Zondo very mindful that things need to get wrapped up, that he was annoyed at how this had played out, and he had this exchange with Advocate Seleka.
But why was the summons issued which said he has submitted an affidavit when factually he had not submitted an affidavit?
Yes, that point I have myself also raised, Chair. But I was given to understand that, look, it was against the background of an undertaking given by...
But you can't issue a summons that says you have filed somebody has filed an affidavit if factually that has not happened.
Yes. Chair, the summons is issued against a particular person.
Yes.
And that person has been engaging with the Commission in regard to the filing.
But it doesn't matter. The summons must tell the person to whom it is issued what he is required to testify about on the day when he is required to appear. Yeah. And effectively what this summons is requiring Mr. Singh to come and testify about is an affidavit that did not exist then and actually doesn't exist even now, as far as I'm concerned, because I don't think that the affidavit that has been handed up is that affidavit.
No, it hasn't.
How do I insist that he must give evidence today when the summons told him to come and testify about a non-existent affidavit?
Yeah, you have those moments, Barry, where you can tell that the Deputy Chief Justice is really annoyed. I mean, this is a man with seemingly endless patience, but when he loses it, you can actually see it. It becomes something that's quite dramatic. Anoj Singh, through his advocate, had raised several reasons for wanting the extension and the postponement of his testimony at the Commission. What were some of those reasons?
Well, that affidavit that Zondo just referred there that was in fact handed in was the explanation for why they had wanted this postponement. And the Advocate van den Heever, representing Anoj Singh, explained firstly that they were late to the game. They were appointed midway through, and so they had inadequate time to properly prepare. The other aspect related to certain information which they had requested from the Commission of Inquiry, such as a transcript of that hearing, if you'll recall, in 2018 at at Parliament, the Portfolio Committee into Eskom, they needed the transcript of that, which Singh had never had sight of. The council arguing that they wanted to put up a comprehensive and a full affidavit to satisfy all the questions that the commission might have. And because of the delay in being appointed for them and not having full access to the particular documents they had requested, they had not had sufficient time to be able to put together that affidavit, thus requesting further time.
All right, eNCA's Barry Bateman watching the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. It will continue with the commission at 4 p.m. Later on today. Evidence still focusing on Eskom. Thank you, Barry, for that.